What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back at Copart for another Copart walk around. Let's jump into this video today and see what we find. We're going to start this video off with the 2012 Honda Civic EX with hail damage. You can clearly see by the markings on it that it's got some pretty significant hail damage. Now, for me, it's tiny. I mean, you can clearly see with all the circles on it, it has quite a bit. But I'm standing here looking at it, and it really doesn't look that bad. Most of the hail damage looks relatively small. There's a few bigger dents here and there, and this could definitely be PDR'd. Absolutely. What I would do is I would replace the hood. Probably cheaper. How much is a hood for a Honda Civic? 150 bucks, maybe 200. Go ahead and just replace the hood. Have a PDR guy come in and do these dents on the side and the roof if the hail damage bothers you that much. There's only a few on the trunk. It's not that bad. Then on the side you've got, a few more. The roof is pretty significant. So are the doors. There's a lot of damage. But if you want something that's relatively cheap and should continue being reliable, well, this is a perfect car for you. I've talked to several people about this, and you'd be surprised, most people don't really care about hail damage. Most people are out here looking for a bargain. They're looking for something that's going to be reliable, cheap to operate, cheap to maintain, fuel efficient, and this fits the bill. This is a decent car. It's pretty dirty. You definitely want to come out here and check these things out for yourself before you just start bidding on them. But generally speaking, Hondas are good cars, guys. Hondas and Toyotas, great cars, and you can get them at a steep discount because of the hail damage. Of course, they're going to carry a salvage title. You'll have to figure out how to get it rebuilt in Oklahoma. It's really simple. On a vehicle older than 10 years old, there is no rebuilding process. There's no inspections. There's no rigmarole to go through to get them reconstructed. You simply take the title to a tag agency and tell them you want a rebuilt title. And that's it. That's the entire process. It is exactly the same as taking your car's title to a tag agency to get your plates and to transfer a title into your name. It's the exact same procedure. It costs the same amount of money. You just walk in with the title, tell them, I want this rebuilt. But that only applies to vehicles 10 years or older. Anything 10 years old newer, 10 years or newer, 9 years old or newer, those are going to require you to bring in some kind of receipt or receipts showing that some kind of repair was done to the car. At which point, a tag agent, who, by the way, in the state of Oklahoma, is not a mechanic. They're not required to go through any training, anything, nothing. They will just walk out, they'll look at the car and say, yeah, it looks like it's okay. They'll do this. They'll literally just walk around, even if it still has hail damage. They'll just walk around, they'll look at it, they'll be like, yep, okay, looks like it's good to go. They will verify the VIN number on the dash or on the doors. They will check the mileage, and then you will be issued a reconstructed title and plates. It's literally that easy in the state of Oklahoma, which is one of the reasons I love it here. So I know a lot of you are like, well, if you love hail cars so much, dead as a doornail, that's fine, we can fire it up. How come you threw such a fit when your cars got hail damaged? If you've been watching the channel for a little while, you know that I am still, to this day, weeks later, I'm still dealing with insurance companies on my vehicles being hail damaged and my house. Well, my house is done. I got a brand new roof. My house is fixed. And we're still trying to figure out two of my vehicles. Well, if hail damage is not a big deal, then why do I care so much about it on my personal vehicles? The answer is I don't, and I do. The real reason is I bought my vehicles new, okay? New cars. I'm paying new car prices for it, and because I'm going to continue making those payments, even if I paid cash, it doesn't matter. I paid retail for these cars. I am not going to continue paying retail money for a car that is no longer worth retail because it has severe hail damage. That doesn't make sense. That puts me really, really badly upside down. The cars lose value. The resale value is shot. if you try to sell it with hail damage. So in the end, that is why for my own personal vehicles that I paid retail for, I'm not going to drive around with hail damage on a car that I'm paying $50,000 for. It's not going to happen. And I'm sure you guys would feel the same way. If they can fix it, great, fix it, and I'll be happy to keep it and drive it. If they can't fix it, well, then you better total it, because there's no way I'm paying $50,000 for a car that is now probably only worth $30,000 because of all the hail damage. With that said, would I buy and drive one of these? Absolutely, yes. It wouldn't bother me at all. You guys should see some of the cars I drove before I was able to get new cars. I didn't care if it was wrecked down the side. If it ran and drove reliably, hopefully had air conditioning. That was a huge perk. I would drive it as long as that car would drive. So yes, hail damage doesn't bother me as long as I'm buying the car with the damage, I know what it's got, and I get a steep discount for it. Absolutely. So I can't recommend hail damaged cars enough, because I really think they're a great bargain. This one's got very clean oil. The battery is probably shot. Date code is 10 of 2018 on a basic battery. It's 5 years, guys. That's time for the battery to be replaced. The interior it needs a good cleaning, but again, I'll give it a pass because it's a Honda. Yes, I figured. It fired right up. Fired right up. You take this thing down, you get it a good detail, and this car probably be good to go for many, many, many miles. I'll bet the air conditioning works. We'll find out. It's on heat. Why would you have it on heat? Good Lord. Looking at the gauges, so far everything looks good. I love the gauge setup on these Civics. They're pretty cool, in my opinion. You've got this whole upper level right here, little information screen right there, and then you got your speedometer, you got your fuel, you got your miles per gallon, and then down here you've got your tach, your gears, and a TPMS warning light, because every car has a TPMS warning light. Every single one. As far as the air conditioning goes, I'm thinking I might have been wrong on this one. I sure don't feel any air conditioning. So let's scroll through the menu here. Let's see what it says. Average fuel economy. Yep, that's all been deleted because the battery was disconnected. Check tire pressure. Okay, well, still, it's got about a little over a quarter tank of gas. Put it in gear. It goes forward, and it goes backwards. Brakes feel good. Steering feels good. It's a little worn. It's a lot worn. It's really worn. That's pretty bad. You've got some paint on the buttons that is long gone. Let's check the windows. Important window works. Less important window also works. Oil change, looks like it was just done. It was due again 11/12 of 2023 at 131,000 miles. And I would love to see, there's the miles right there. Currently, it has 130,712 miles. Air conditioning does not work. That's okay, you know. Who knows? Maybe it just needs a recharge. Yeah. Don't ever assume that, guys. Don't ever buy a car and just go, well, it probably just needs this. It'll probably need a lot more than you think. Tires actually look relatively decent on this, although if I didn't know better, actually that tire is really bad. Scratch that, and it's dry rotted. Good Lord. Okay, and these tires don't look like the right size. These are 215/60/16. 215/60/16. It's supposed to have 205/55/60. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Somebody's been throwing some just El Cheapo, $20 tires on this thing. Yeah, it needs a set of tires, it needs a battery, the air conditioning doesn't work. So, this one's gonna need a little bit. All right, would I still buy it? Sure. I'd still buy it as long as I'm getting a good deal on it, and I feel like when I'm done with it, I could hopefully sell it for a little bit more than I paid for it. Yeah, all day. And Hondas, like I said before, great cars. Kind of hard to go wrong with one of these. So that brings us to our next hail damaged car, a 2015 Honda Accord. Yeah, sitting right next to the Honda Civic. Kind of hard to believe that these two are sitting right next to each other. Let's take a quick look at this one. I think this one looks a lot nicer. This one, it has pretty significant hail damage as well. The back tires are Nexen. The front tires are Super Drive. Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of Super Drive. Plenty of hail. And I think these cars may have came from the same place, guys. I really do. They've got the same type of writing and everything on them, not just the circles. And here's the other thing. They show a bunch of these dents all over the driver's side, right? What you might not be able to see is the passenger side is also riddled with dents. The whole car, it's pretty bad. Yeah. So this is one that you got to think about a little bit more, because I think the hail damage presents itself more on this car than it does on that one. Good Lord, it's pretty bad. But again, if you can get it for a good price, who cares if it's got some hail damage? I'll take hail damage all day over a wrecked car. You know, I see people, I'm not even joking, stuff like this, people will still be driving these out here in Oklahoma, man. Okay, maybe not this one. This one may be a bad example. But what I'm saying is you'll find a lot of people, the hood is strapped down with a ratchet strap, the headlights are missing, they stuck like reflectors on the front and stuff. People will be out driving around and stuff like this. And if I had to choose between something like that that's wrecked or something like this with hail damage, I'll take something like this with hail damage all day long. Let's take a peek at the interior. Oh, wow. That actually looks really comfortable. Usually I don't get in and sit in the back seat, but there's so much room in this car. I'm kind of surprised myself right now. Look at this. I'm right at 6 feet tall. Look at the room between my legs. And these seats, it smells good in here. Headliner is nice. This is a comfortable car. I don't think I've ever had a 2015 Honda Accord. Hey, the wind is kind of harsh today, guys, so a little bit dirty. Needs a little bit of cleaning, especially right here. I don't know what happened there. That's bizarre, but okay. Front seats are a little dirty. Back seats are super clean. Normally it's the opposite. A little bit of staining there, but I'm sure all of that will clean up nicely. Yeah, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. Let's put the key in and let's go. Whoa! I'm guessing it was raining when these people were driving. Did you turn it off? That's off. There we go. Let's fire it up. Uh-oh. I think we might have a starter going out. So this one also has the heater on full blast. Interesting. We'll crank that air conditioning on and give it an opportunity to come to life for us. I'm glad we didn't have to jump start it. Let's take a look at our instrument cluster. It shows 80,000 miles on the odometer, which means this car has got a whole lifetime ahead of it. If you turn the e-brake off, we have no warning lights on the dash at all. We got a nice infotainment screen over here. Let's not connect a device. Air conditioning. There we go. Oh, it wasn't even on. I was going to say, I'm not feeling it. I feel it now. Air conditioning is ice cold. The important window works. Less important window works. Oil change was done at 79,000 miles and it's due again at 84. So you've got a fresh oil change. You still have 4,000 miles before you need to worry about changing the oil in this car. We didn't even have to pop the hood yet. This is really nice. You guys are going to mess around and get me buying a Honda Accord. I absolutely don't need it. Forward, yes. Got a backup camera. Brakes feel awesome. Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. Let's pop the hood and the trunk. Put that window down just in case the car is one of those that wants to try to lock itself on us. Oh, you got floor mats? What is this? Ew. What is that? I don't think I want to know. Should we open it and smell it? No. No. No, I'm not doing it. We've got the Nexen on this side too. So it looks like they replaced, yeah, and then the Super Drive on the front. So they replaced the tires in pairs, you know, the front at one point and the back at another. The front, you look down there, that's a brand new tire, guys. So the front's got brand new tires. The backs are not far from it. Oh, it's wet. Little bitty earth drive technology. What is this, like a 2.5 liter or something? I don't know. I'm not a Honda guy, so forgive me. It's a 2.4. I was damn close. I was damn close. 2.4 liter. No timing belts to worry about. I can hear the direct injection chattering away. 4.4 quarts of Mobil 1 0W20. Full synthetic. 17 millimeter inch with a Wix filter. Nice. So every time they take it into the shop, they're able to just look and know exactly what they need. That's kind of cool. Runs like a top, man, and probably gets like 35 miles a gallon. You know what I mean? From a big car. It's a good sized car, guys. I don't know how it comes out on camera, but yeah, she's kind of a big car. I like this. I would roll this all day long. Man, that AC's too cold. Okay. It's not that hot anymore, guys. The temperature has dropped significantly, and here in about a week, Oklahoma's going to be in the 30s. Yeah, I'm so excited. It seems like just yesterday it was 106 degrees, and it was too hot, and now we're going to have highs in the 40s. So you're going to see me bring back that big brown leather jacket of mine. That's what's going to happen. I still got it. You guys think I changed it? No. Same jacket year after year after year, guys. Sitting in the closet. Let's see what other hail damage cars we can find. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I'm not the biggest fan of the Chevy Malibu. I will say that I like how it looks. I think it's a good looking car, but if I had to pick between a 2020 Chevy Malibu with hail damage or either one of these Hondas, I would probably take the Hondas. And to be quite honest with you, the gold one, that is the Honda. If you're gonna buy one, that gold one, that's the one. It's you could tell it's been maintained, it's been taken care of, low mileage, good tires, cold air. That is the one I would be looking at if I was looking to save some money buying a hail damaged car, not the Chevy Malibu. With that said, I'm still gonna look at the Chevy Malibu because I think it's a good option. It's a new car, practically. It's only a few years old. And it's got another thing going for it. It's white. White is a great color when you're buying a hail damaged car because the darker colors show more damage. Lighter colors do not. Lighter colors are going to hide a lot of this damage. In this car, it may be hard to see in the video, but this car is really hammered with hail damage, guys. In fact, all three of them are. But it's much harder to see the damage on this one. So for that reason, I chose to include this car just because, number one, it is new. It's got brand new tires. I'm betting it doesn't have a whole bunch of miles on it. And the color makes it hard to see the hail damage. I bet money if you took this thing, washed it up, and polished it so when the sun hits it, it just gleams off of it, you'd be hard-pressed to see that hail damage. Let's take a look at the interior. Is this a clean? Oh, this is really clean. Wow. All right. I'm just not personally a huge fan of the Malibu. I think it's a decent looking car. It's just, if I'm going to buy a Chevy, if I'm looking for a family car in a Chevy, I'm going to be looking to add an Impala, even though they don't make them anymore. I think they quit making the Impala in 2019. You guys know I love the Chevy Impala. I love the Impala. I know it doesn't get the gas mileage and all that good stuff. I don't care. That is my car, and probably will be till the day I die. I just love the Impala, man. All right, yeah, I was right. So this one's only got 17,245 miles on the odometer. So obviously, this one is going to cost a lot more than that one, right? You know, but if you've got the money and you're looking to save some coin, this is a good one, guys. This is a good one. Somebody put on here that the oil change was due 6/23 of 23 at 126,000 miles. 126. I hope they did not put that on the Carfax report, because if they did, there's going to be some kind of a mileage discrepancy that you get to contend with. But again, that could mean you can save even more money. If it shows on the Carfax report 126,000 miles on this oil change, and the car only has 17,245 on the odometer, guys, it will mean an odometer discrepancy, which is going to devalue the car even more. I'd be all over it. For the right price. For the right price, I'd be all over it. You got tinted windows. It's a comfortable car. I call it kind of a mid-size car. It's not, I mean, in my opinion, it is a compact car. But I think by today's standards, they consider this to be like a mid-size car. I will never see this car as a mid-size. It's small. It's really small. The Chevy Cruze is even smaller, and that is what they call a compact car. See, in my day, the Chevy Cruze would have been a subcompact car, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. This is considered a mid-size car. I just don't, it's not big enough. It's just not big enough. I don't care how great the fuel economy is. I mean, it runs great. It looks like it, I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good size. Honestly, it looks, well, close, not quite, but close to the size of the Honda Accord. There's just not the same room. These are tiny little seats, and when you sit in it, you know, let me get in here and put my butt back. I guess there is about the same amount of room. It doesn't feel like it though, guys. It's not nearly as wide, that's for sure. And the legroom back here, it's just not the same. It's absolutely not the same. It is a reasonably comfortable car. It's a decent vehicle, I'm sure. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with this one, man. All day. This one is so much wider. It feels so much bigger in this car. And if I scoot all the way back, I think there's more legroom here, and this seat is probably pushed back some. This is a bigger car, period. That's all there is to it. This is a bigger car. But this is newer, and you may not have a warranty on it anymore, but it's only got 17,000 miles. So this car should last for at least another 15,000 miles before it breaks down on you, because it's a Chevy. I'm kidding, sort of. I'm joking. Some of you know my history with General Motors and why I feel that way. I'm kind of jaded, so, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt. Most of you always do anyway. Forward, backward, a little slow going into reverse there, but cold air conditioning, of course. Auto start stop. I hate the auto start stop feature. I really do. You should be able to turn it off and just leave it off all the time. But every time you get in your car and turn it back on, guess what? You got to push it again every single time. So you can increase your fuel economy by, what is it, 1%? Nah, I'll pass. Still, I think this is another good example of a hail damage car that you can get at a steep discount, save yourself some money, and still have a really good car. This is going to be my last hail car for the video, guys. Here is a 2022 Subaru Outback. Very nice. Again, a really new car. Probably has no miles on the odometer. Everything mechanically is probably good to go for a long time. The only real issue with it is how dark the color is. It's a really dark, kind of a gray color. I don't think those are scratches. That's tar. That's some kind of tar all over it. No big deal. That'll clean up. The rest of it looks really good. It's got really good tires. Those may even be the original tires from when it was new. The dark color on this is really going to show the hail damage. And as with the others, this one, it's got it bad. It's got it real bad. In fact, right here, it even broke the paint, and it is now rusting underneath. So that needs to be addressed before the rust continues to spread. You need to get this all sanded down, chip the rest of this off, sand it down really good, get it back to bare metal, use some primer and a little bit of touch-up paint on it to seal, and some clear coat to seal everything off, and you shouldn't have to worry about that again. Hopefully it's coming out on video. This is bad. Like, this one's really, really bad. Let's check the roof, because obviously it's got a panoramic sunroof, or no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does have significant hail damage. It does have a sunroof though, and it looks like the glass is all intact. Hopefully it didn't crack. Windows in the back, everything's good back here. Lights are still intact too, and this thing, like I said, got hammered pretty hard. And a lot of times you'll find not just cracked or shattered windows, but you'll find that the lights have been busted, destroyed as well. And they actually look fine on this. They look really good. Let's take a peek at the interior. See what it looks like. Oh, I'm actually surprised there's so much room in this. This is, if you guys can't tell, I like big vehicles. I like vehicles that you can get in and you're comfortable. You know, where there's a lot of room for you to just kind of see. In this one, you can literally sit your feet out and look at all this room. It may not be very wide, but there's so much room front to back. It's very comfortable back here. I'm going to have to start sitting in the back seats of these cars to experience what passengers have to go through. It smells good. So far, it looks really, really clean. Oh, well, the reason there's so much room is because I couldn't fit in here if I had to. It's got power. Yeah, see, that's probably more appropriate for me. Let me see how that back seat is again, with the seat actually pushed back where a normal person... Oh, there's still plenty of room, guys. You can still kick your legs out. You know, you're not sitting like this. You can still kick your legs out. And there's still, you know, there's decent room. Got a couple of USB charging ports, USB A's back here. Now let's get to the business side of things. I don't prefer being in the back seat. I like being in the front seat. This is where I want to be, in the driver's seat. Look at that infotainment center. I like it. Like I said, the thing smells great. I bet it's got no miles. It's got to have no miles on it, guys. What do you think, like 15? 15? 20,000? Well, I was off a little bit. 26,000, 58 miles. Average fuel economy, 25.9 miles a gallon. No kidding. Wow, that's, for something this big, almost 26 miles a gallon, that's pretty impressive. Oh, we have no fuel. Let's ignore that. We're not worried about that. We've got climate control. It does not have air-conditioned seats, but it has interesting designs on the cloth seats. I really like it, and they're very comfortable. You do have heated seats, though. Air conditioning is blowing, and it's really cold, and something's blowing on my... Oh, that's why. I think that's why. Yes. Okay. I thought this had a ball cooler. You remember the old GMs? They had the vent. You guys remember? Come on. I know some of you are as old as me. They had the ball coolers or the ball heaters, depending on what the season was, what the temperature was of your climate control system. But it was nice. It was really nice, man. They need to put those back. I thought this had one because it was chilling me, and I was like, yes, no. But it's nice to know if you do want the effect of the old school ball chiller, you just push this all the way down and turn it as far as it goes, and it directs it nicely. It's really nice. Okay. Obviously, everything will work. Important window, less important window, the steering. We'll put it in gear here. It's idled up a little bit. Figuring it might, there it goes, drop down, but she's sitting at 1500 RPM for a while. There we go. Let's put it in reverse. We got a nice backup camera there, and we're not going to go backward right now because obviously there's a truck behind us. We'll go forward. Brakes feel great. And then we'll go backward. Again, very nice. You have X mode. I'm not sure what that is. X mode. Off, on. And then you get a picture of dirt on the instrument cluster when you turn it on. Yeah, it's a picture of like mud and stuff. So I guess that's for playing off-road. I've heard that these things are very capable vehicles. Subaru makes some really capable vehicles for off-roading. I wouldn't know because I've only had like 2 Subarus in my life and never have I gone off-roading in them. I think most people don't. Most people buy them and they're like, we're gonna go have fun, you know, and then they don't, because let's be real, we all have a life, we all work, and there's no time. There's just no time. Purrs like a kitten, obviously. See, this is one that I wouldn't hesitate to buy. Of course, this is probably outside of my price range. Even with hail damage, this is probably going to cost a pretty penny. But if I'm looking for a vehicle on a budget, again, something reliable, and I want to save some money, well, this would be it. This would absolutely be it. I would just take it to a paint shop and I'd have them paint it white. And at that point, we wouldn't have to worry about the hail damage. Paint it a really bright white and you'll never see the hail on this car. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am gonna sit here and enjoy the cooling effect of that vent over by where you guys are for a little while. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time to watch my videos. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and definitely drop your comments below and tell me what you think about hail damaged cars. Are they worth the discount, or would you rather pay retail for a car that looks, well, good? Personally, if it was me, I personally prefer the retail cars that have no damage. But again, if I was on a budget and I needed something newer, I wanted something newer and more reliable, I would absolutely take the hail damaged vehicles all day, every day. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.